3 city council members should resign after their racially charged comments were recorded and leaked to the media.
Other council members, as well as both mayoral candidates, Karen Bass and Rick Caruso, are also calling for the 3 to step aside. KTLA's Jennifer McGraw live at City Hall with new details. Jen.
Micah and Cher, this audio recording has no doubt it's shock and it's outrage and anger all across California. Even the governor releasing a statement, the sheriff and many city leaders calling on 3 council members to step down. Outrage and political blowback for some LA city leaders after racist and derogatory slurs were leaked in an audio recording from a meeting last October.
So you'll start seeing them line up.
Council President.
Wait, are they not going to show us? They have to show us.
Nuri Martinez using expletives, referring to District Attorney George Gascon in a conversation about redistricting. Martinez, along with 2 other Latino members of the Los Angeles City Council and top county labor officials, were heard in that meeting speaking nonchalantly of ways to afford their own political gain.
It just proved, I think, a lot of things that people already.
How are you not going to show the full audio, man? What are you crazy? Let's take a look. Let's go into the real shit, okay? Let's get the juice and the sauce. LA City Council members Nuri Martinez, Gil Cedillo, Kevin De Leon, and LA Labor Federation President Ron Herrera were making racist comments and discussing redistricting. Knock LA has some of the leaked audio. Now, this is an hour and 19 minutes of just insanity. Here's Herrera talking about Gascon.
All the, folks like with Gascon, he did call me. He wants to have breakfast with me.
What's taking him so long?
I just said, hey, we need to talk.
Gil supported him from the.
All right, don't worry, I got you. So you'll start seeing them line up. Isaac was the first.
There's more. Hold on. There's more. Just wait. In the recording, Council President Nuri Martinez says of Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon, fuck that guy, he's with the blacks. There's nothing you can do to control him. And he says, when he's talking about Mike Bonin, who used to be homeless, and he's a council member, very controversial council member that all the other council members fucking despise. He talks about his son. He has an adopted black son, and he calls him a little monkey. He says he looks like a little monkey.
Whatever the kid's name is, I'm like, it's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not doing, the kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And I'm just like, oh my God.
He's a little kid. He's like a little baby. Okay. LA City Council President Nuri Martinez was recorded calling a fellow council member's 2-year-old black son a little monkey, and said she wanted to give him a beatdown. She said this about a 2-year-old. Okay. It gets worse. In the recordings, Nuri Martinez says the district attorney George Gascon, fuck him, he's for the blacks, and plots with Kevin De Leon and Gil Cedillo to chop up Nithya Rahman's district in order to weaken her. Which, by the way, remember, like, these are the neoliberal city council members actively trying to figure out ways of removing people like Nithya, who are leftist council members, okay, from their positions of power. These are people who were democratically elected because people said, hey, we don't like the way things are going. We don't like the way things have happened so far, especially with respect to how homelessness is being tackled in our districts. And we have an alternative that revolves around an empathetic approach, an alternative that revolves around housing first policies, an alternative with the best that, of course, they can do. Clearly, it's still not the best. And these are all libs. This is one of the greatest examples of the ideological differences between liberals in safeguard districts and in safe, like, liberal territories, and the way they treat actual leftists, like actual progressive candidates. Tracy Park, who's running for CD11, tweeted that Nuri is an incredible leader and an inspiration. This tweet has now been deleted. Tracy Park for LA, the voters deserve a clear statement. Do you stand with Nuri, or do you repudiate her endorsement given her actions? Hugo Soto Martinez calls for CD6 Nuri to resign. No word yet from his opponent in the CD13 race, Mitch O'Farrell, on whether he continues to support Nuri after today's revelations. Notice how a lot of the existing city council members, the existing city council members are the ones that got caught, are in support of all of the city council members that I am, and people like Adam and you know, the DSA Los Angeles branch is advocating for. You know, people that truly want to side with labor or come from labor unions that want to handle the homelessness crisis with adequate permanent solutions rather than short-term, like just leave them eating trash in the fucking street solutions. Like truly solving the crisis. A crisis that was created as a consequence of, you know, our completely broken, fundamentally flawed housing market that treats homes not as a necessary resource for survival, shelter, but instead as an investment vehicle. And of course, a lot of the homeowners associations, real estate developers are on the side of people like this. And therefore, they do not want to solve the homelessness crisis in a city like Los Angeles. And by the way, you might be looking at it from afar being like, hey, man, I live in Maryland. Okay? I live in fucking Maryland. It's not like that here. Yeah, not yet. Any area that is urban, and I don't mean urban as in like, you know, the fancy Democratic Party way of saying black. I mean like urban, like a city. Okay? Any area that is going to be a real city is going to have these issues. Okay? Hugo Soto Martinez is calling on Council President Nuri Martinez to resign, and we want a full and deep and thorough investigation into who else was a part of this and how deeply this is rooted as the foundation of City Hall. This is Rich coming from Rick Caruso. Rick Caruso, by the way, was endorsed by Gil Cedillo. And Rick Caruso himself is like a mega real estate developer, right? Like he is almost, if you could point to a guy in California or in Los Angeles, this is like one of the, there's nothing better to just like, there's no singular force that is responsible for this kind of crisis than a guy who has his own boulevard named after him. You know what I mean? Inside of the Grove, Mr. Grove himself, Mr. Rick Caruso. I mean, how many buildings does this motherfucker own in Los Angeles, right? Now, of course, these guys are slowly but surely either getting kicked out. Gil Cedillo has been kicked out of the city council meeting earlier today, literally an hour ago. So you got that. Some of them are resigning. They should all resign, really. But let's continue with the scandal, okay, and what's going on. Martinez says of the adopted black son of the council member that he looks like a little monkey. This is a 2-year-old, by the way. This kid needs a beat down. Let me take him around the corner. I'll bring him right back.
They were even him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? Ven para acá.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
But you guys do the fourth.
I mean, I get what she's saying there. That's not, she's saying that it's like white parenting. She's making fun of white parenting in that situation. That's you know. But it's still fucking psychotic because the person that you're talking about is literally 2 years old. Okay, he's a 2-year-old baby. So you're out of your fucking mind. So then they talk about Martinez, De Leon, and Cedillo and Herrera are discussing black political power in Los Angeles and what De Leon terms the Wizard of Oz effect.
Yeah, that's called Cake Town.
Yeah, it's just
I see a lot of little short, dark people.
Yeah, puro
Yeah.
Oaxacan, puro Oaxacan Koreans. Not even like Kevin, little ones.
I was like,
Indian.
no, I don't know where these
Call them
people are
Indians.
from. I was like, I don't know what village they came, how they got here, but
And then they're wearing shoes.
whatever.
So one,
Down feels.
I get what we have to do, right? Just massage to create districts that benefit you all,
Yep.
right, and the future.
Yep.
But we got to figure out Mark's seat too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And I'm
that
gonna take
benefits you
different.
three.
Because if the African Americans look at this, now that he might or may not be suspended, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that he should be, but anyhow, if he goes away,
You mean resign, not suspend.
No, here's.
you're right, I think, yeah, there is
If-
a difference.
If I may,
If he resigns, hold on, if he resigns and the African Americans look at
I just hopped on. Are these people connected to DSALA? No, man. What are you, fucking stupid? No, these are literally like the mortal enemies of the people connected to DSALA. And half the time they're talking about literally DSALA candidates. No, these are like the neoliberals that are in positions of power that are siding with the real estate developers and fucking despise the DSALA candidates.
this as a hostile takeover because he's gone, we'll have to figure that shit out because politically they're gonna come after him.
Yeah, but can I say something right now? And this is what I call the ¿cómo se llama this guy? The movie, the Wizard of Oz effect.
Mhm.
And what I mean by the Wizard of Oz effect is when you're at the side of the curtain, it's like this big voice. And
An
it
illusion.
sounds big. And it sounds like there's thousands of them. And then when you actually pull the curtain, is that you see the little Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You know what?
I've never watched the movie.
It's the same thing.
I never watched the
You
movie.
got 100 people,
I
right?
think it's the
52 of
old
them are
school
Mexicanos.
folks.
I
I
feel
mean,
pretty
I
good
think
about it.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about my chances of beating your ass.
25 are black. And the 25 blacks are shouting. And the
But they
52
shout like there were 250.
Yeah.
When there's 100 of us, they're
Correct.
like, it sounds like
So,
there's 10 of us.
but that,
Herrera tells Martinez, De Leon, and Cedillo that they must maneuver the appointment of a city council seat to someone who supports them. After De Leon rejects his initial suggestion, they seem to agree on Heather Hutt. Following a controversial process, Hutt was appointed to the council as a council member for Council District 10 in September this year.
if somebody slides in, right, temporary or however you do it, right, that person has to support the three of you. Has to support the three of you. And Danny,
You know who wants to run for that seat?
Reggie.
No, Isidore.
I ain't gonna support Reggie. Reggie was over there with Karen.
Who was over
After he was fucking sweating his ass off.
The one who will support us is Heather Hutt.
Yes.
I like Heather Hutt.
Yeah.
Heather's
Says you're saying that the one that put in a blender and chop up, right? Martinez, Cedillo, and De Leon come to agree on aggressively gerrymandering Councilmember Nithya Roman's
So,
district.
there's certain people who don't merit like us rescuing them. Your comadre, right?
I'm not arguing with you about that.
I know who you know.
¿Quién es su comadre?
You know, Nithya.
Oh, Nithya.
She doesn't merit, right?
But it's
She's not
not
our
every-
ally. She's not gonna help us. Her district is not a district we can count
So
on.
you're saying that's the one that put in the blender and chop up left or right?
But that's what they did.
Yeah.
Go get that airport from his fucking little brother, that little bitch Bonin. They hate Bonin. Like, they fucking hate Bonin so much.
So getting back to Marquise, I told Danny,
He's suggesting about in redistricting, Councilmember Harris Dawson should take the airport from Bonin's district. She questions why Bonin thinks he is black. Then De Leon says his kid
if you
is.
want to cut a deal, and if you want to make like fucking boss moves, I would go after the airport. He goes, fuck, I love that idea. I said, tell Marquise,
So
go take it from his friend.
don't go.
Don't
eastward.
go after, leave him
Go west,
alone. Go get the airport from his fucking little brother, that little bitch Bonnet.
How
Yeah,
many
well, what-
for black people?
I goes, what is with Bonnet? And I said, Bonnet thinks he's fucking black. That guy don't think he's black. I go, he thinks he's black. I told her the same thing.
I get it. He's a diva. I understand that. Cedillo says he's happy with redistricting map K2.5. Calls and speaks of Councilmember Mitchell O'Farrell as Martinez's guy. Martinez expresses surprise that Cedillo is not as close with O'Farrell anymore after their COVID bromance and calls O'Farrell a diva. Fuck that dude, Martinez on Councilmember Bob Blumenfield. Ron Herrera tells Cedillo, De Leon, and Martinez that they are a little Latino caucus of their own and that his only goal is to get 3 of them elected. When Herrera says he spoke with CD3 Councilmember Blumenfield, he says he told him he sees all LA City Council seats as Latino. Martinez says, fuck that dude about Blumenfield. Martinez then calls Councilmember Krikorian's former chief of staff the guy with the one eyebrow. Even the Armenians took a hit on this one, okay? She just, like, they had something for everybody.
Krikorian, I think, will come with us by the mere nature that the labor map is better for Krikorian.
He also wants his guy elected, so he needs a district that Irene Nazarian can win it. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Mexicans can't be racist, bro. Yeah, no, totally. What's this then?
They want to be reassured that they have not an Armenian district in the valley, because that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But they want as many Armenians in that district as possible to be able to play. Now, I don't think Adrien gets elected. If a reputable white businesswoman runs in that district, it's still pretty white. But that's on them. I'm not cutting that deal with anybody because I don't know. I don't know that he can win.
You know that Aveen works for Caruso.
Irene. No, ya se fue.
Yeah.
He started his own business.
Yeah, he's with Caruso.
Yeah, I like him.
He's cool. I mean,
I don't have a problem with him. He's been helpful to me in the past. He's critical of Krikorian because they had a small falling out when Irene left his office. Krikorian was really pissed off and stopped talking to him. I think they've made up, but I get along with Irene.
What's his
I'm
name?
fine with him.
What's he look like?
Irene, the guy with the one.
I don't understand. Guys, like, I already said this. These people are in positions of power. They're politicians. There is no, like, Mexican or black or white in that circumstance, okay? You can only get worse. Like, the fucking bottom of that threshold is already so bad. Okay? I don't know why people are like, oh my God, I can't believe Mexicans are like this. Like, first of all, no, that's not the case. But like, what is this? The first time that you've heard like a bunch of people in elitist circles unironically talk openly about their disdain for the working poor across the board and their disdain for the working poor and their representatives? Because half the people that they're shitting on, they're literally shitting on because they ride for the disenfranchised communities. Okay? That's the reason. That's why they're shitting on him.
Eyebrow.
Tall guy.
Irene, the guy with the one eyebrow.
Tall guy.
He used to be Antonio's body person. Right, that's how I met him. He's married to a friend of mine. Irene, what's his last name?
Sepa.
No, sir.
Algerian.
And it's an IAN, I bet you.
Bro, what the fuck? I'm not laughing at that. That's not funny. Why would they say such a thing? But a lot of you are probably unfamiliar with this. But they're making fun of Armenian last names because that's why he's saying it ends with an IAN, I'll bet you. And they laugh because that's why he laughs when he says, what's his last name?
Irene, what's his last name?
Sepa.
No, sir.
Algerian.
They start laughing when he says Nigerian.
It's an IAN, I bet you.
Well, what are we going to do, guys? I mean,
Anyway, after publishing, Councilmember Martinez issued a statement to the LA Times saying, in another moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me. I hold myself accountable. She said she had a heated gaming moment, bro. Like, what heated you up? What pissed you off? What, the existence of, like, black people in districts and shit? That's crazy. De Leon provided a statement to the LA Times saying that he regrets appearing to condone and even contribute to certain sensitive comments made about a colleague and his family in private. I reached out to that person. The DO told the LA Times he does not remember the conversation. He's like, I've had so many of these. Bonnet and husband Sean Arian issued a statement calling for the resignation of Herrera, Martinez, and De Leon and called the meeting a coordinated effort to weaken black representation in Los Angeles, which it was. On October 10th, Councilmember Nuri Martinez resigned from her role at City Council President. So that's where we're at here.